Hi, I'm Phil and this is Andy and we're back in the Home X kitchen as we prepare and cook another 8-course vegan dining experience for you to enjoy at home. This time around, it's spring volume number 2. And of course, the nights are getting lighter, so we can eat outside a little bit more drinking at night. And of course, you do get some vegan wine with your experience as well, which is always handy. So Andy, should we get cooking?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Let's do it. Where are we going? Where are we going in the world?
We're going to go to Mexico. So we've done a mollo verde potato, and we have done this with green chili, some capers, and some wild garlic.
And wild garlic, now that's something that I could go and do myself, pick up from the ground if I found it somewhere. Where would I find it?
Foraging for wild garlic is very, very simplistic.
Right.
You need to go to somewhere where the ground is relatively damp. It's in and under around certain trees, down the riverbanks, it's down the side of the canal, it's growing off the sides of ditches and fields. In the first couple of weeks it's quite small and then grows and you get lots of leaves and you can smell garlic everywhere.
So right now is a good time to go out and forage then?
It's perfect. So yeah,
this time we've put it with potatoes, yeah? So
classic. Garlic and potatoes, best thing possible.
Yeah.
A bit of sourdough probably to mop the rest up, but you know, for me, it's the be all and end all, potatoes and garlic.
Amazing. And we're just heating this one up, aren't we, on the pan? So
yeah.
This doesn't take too long either.
Now, this sounds very simplistic. One product, straight in the pan, warm it through.
Wow, I can immediately smell that. As soon as you open that packet, it's phenomenal.
It's intense. So we'll just warm that through and then just pop it straight onto the plate and keep it like that.
You know, in terms of the smell between just garlic and wild garlic though, isn't it? I mean, it's...
Yeah, it is intense. And then all we have to do is just decorate into the centre of the plate.
Lovely, why not, eh? Into the centre of the plate. Get all that wild garlic out there, Andy, there we go.
See, for me,
wow.
The best part, not just with eating this, is before you eat it, get a little slice of bread and just wrap it inside that pan.
There you go, Andy's top tip there.
So we have a mollo verde potatoes made with wild garlic, green chili and capers. We are going to look at an amazing place in the Commonwealth, India, well, Bangladesh, so to speak, for this one.
Okay.
And we are going to serve up a Dal Dip. So this is cold, not hot.
Okay.
It can be hot if you want to warm it through,
okay.
But I think it's amazing cold. We're going to make this with lentils, almonds, a little nice crumble on the top, and then just a nice little green oil.
Yeah.
And we're just going to serve it with some flatbreads, pop them in the oven for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And as you're playing that, tell us what dal, where is its relevance, what is it?
Dal is predominantly a vegetarian or vegan style curry from the subcontinent of India, so that could be anywhere from Pakistan to India to Bangladesh. And it's predominantly lentils or chickpeas stewed down, but we've blitzed this up slightly to make a nice dip.
So this is one that people at home can share then. It's kind of, you know, take a little bit of that, dip it in, on we go. Okay,
100%. So, pop these straight in the oven, 180 for a couple of minutes.
Yep. And have these got any kind of herbs or anything inside them that we should know of?
There's a little bit of onion seed in there,
okay.
Nigella seed.
Yep.
So yeah, a little bit of onion seed, but that's it. It's not too advanced, It's just nice and fresh.
That's the chefy thing back. It's always got a really nice texture to it. It's quite thick, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely looking, isn't it? Now that our flatbreads are ready, chef hands there, not burning. That's it. We're just going to pop our little flatbreads in, just like that to present. That is our dal with flatbreads. We have a spinach gnocchi and we have done it with artichokes, courgettes and a little bit of toasted pine nuts. And we're going to serve it with a basil dressing, much in the way of a basil pesto. All we have to do is burst this little tub.
Across the kind of weeks that some of the dishes can be hot, some can be cold, but this one we're heating to be enjoyed.
Yeah, so just into a medium pan and you're just giving it a light saute. And you just want to move it around and just warm it through. There's a little bit of oil inside to dress it as well. So if it starts to catch a touch, just add literally a tablespoon of water and that'll give it a little bit of emulsification in the bottom of the pan. But you are wanting to get a little tiny bit of colour on it.
And this one, is it Italian gnocchi or is it?
Yeah, so this is a spinach gnocchi, classic Italian dish.
And for those of you that don't really know much about gnocchi, it's like a pasta potato, is that right? I mean,
yeah, so as you can see, giving a little bit of colour there.
Yeah, smelling good.
And we're going to add a little touch of water in the bottom. And that's just going to emulsify all the flavours that are in the pan.
So it's a really good way to start the feast as well, isn't it?
It's going to give you a little bit of richness to it as well at the same time. So what we're going to do is we'll get you to plate that into here, just in the centre, and then we'll top with the dressing. So there's a spoon for you there.
Okay. In it goes. There we go.
And we'll just get you to dress the top of this, just with that spoon and that there.
Wow, it's really fragrant, Andy.
Nice strong flavour.
Very strong.
Just nice and relaxed. Every time you take a spoonful, you want to be able to try every bit of the dish and every flavour of the dish so it all bounces off each other. So you just want to keep it very rustic.
Beautiful. There we go.
And there we have it, a spinach gnocchi with courgette, globe artichoke, pine nut and a basil dressing. We have gone to Spain and we're going to make a paella, but there's a little bit of a twist. Paella, traditionally, baked in a big pan or baked in the oven, not moved around too much and it'll absorb all the flavour, and it seems to be a little bit dry for my palate.
Okay.
I've taken the mindset of an Italian and took a little bit of a risotto mindset when it comes to structuring this.
Okay.
So we're going to warm this through in a pan like you would a risotto, and then we're going to serve this with smoked almonds and a little bit of sun-dried tomato on top. It's got a little bit of oil in it just to dress over the top and get that flavour in about it as well.
And what's the big difference between risotto and paella then?
So paella is traditionally baked and risotto is traditionally slowly cooked by adding stock or water.
Sometimes you see when you're travelling around in Spain, you see the big dishes with the big paella in front of you, but risotto, you never see that happen if you're travelling around Italy. It's not something you see in the markets, is it?
Risotto is always made in small batches, because if you make it in large batches, it'll overcook in some places and undercook in others. Just slowly warming it up, keeping it very simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to dress this in the centre of the bowl, and then we're going to just top with the smoked almond. So yeah, straight into the bowl.
Yeah, let's play that up, lovely. Yeah, it's very vibrant, this dish. I like the look of it.
So when I plate this up, I plate it up relatively high, and then I give the plate a little tap.
This is one of your tips.
Yeah.
There we go, I like it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And then just move that around a touch, and there we have it.
Tap, tap, tap. It's a good little tip there.
And then just dress everything over the top. You don't have to be very strict. As you know, we're quite abstract here at Greenhaus.
I'm not sure about abstract. That just looks like a piece of art, Andy.
Do try. Saffron, artichoke and courgette paella with smoked almonds and sun-dried tomatoes.
Beautiful. Now, Andy, I've got to admit, this is something that I love to cook at home. It's a ramen, right, for the next dish?
It is indeed. So we have just gone a classic soba noodle, and then some marinated tofu, some chili, some bok choy, and a very good, intense, oniony, umami style broth.
Nice.
Fresh spring onions straight on the top, and that's it. Very, very simple. Absolutely full of flavour.
So it's an onion broth, is that right?
Yeah, but we put a little bit of seaweed in this.
Oh.
Okay. Now, predominantly in Japan they'll use nori seaweed, so we've done the same. It's just to give this real strong flavour. We'll put a little bit of red dulse in it. Okay. And the red dulse seaweed tastes like bacon. It gives you that pork-esque flavour to it, but it doesn't have any pork in it at all.
Brilliant.
So it's very difficult to kind of replicate that flavour when it comes to vegan broths. Warm it straight through. You don't want to break the tofu up.
Yeah.
Because it will all become cloudy inside there.
Of course.
Straight up to the boil, then down to a simmer for about a minute, and then straight into it.
And there's got a bit of a kick with the chili in it, but not too much, is that right? I can see a little bits there.
You know, there's enough to give it a little bit of depth.
Yeah.
I think the word is. It's not going to put a few hairs in your chest, but it's certainly going to get you excited.
Get them waxed off anyway, Andy.
So that's us.
Okay.
Ready to rock and roll.
Lovely.
Pop that straight into the bowl. You don't want to cook it for too long either, because all the greens start to wilt away and it's not that fresh. It becomes almost a little bit stewed.
There we go. Number 5, Andy.
It's our ramen from Japan. So we have gone for a vegan sausage roll.
Yes.
There's been a lot of talk about vegan sausage rolls for the last year or two.
There certainly has.
And we thought, why not? So yeah, vegan sausage roll, and we have made this one with 5 bean, chestnut mushroom, a little bit of 5 spice, a tiny little bit of tomato in there, and just a good helping of salt just to balance all that off together. Very, very, very simplistic dish. And we are going to serve this with a homemade brown sauce.
Oh wow. So what's inside your homemade brown sauce?
So we'll do it with prunes, apples, sugar, vinegar, and a load of spices, cinnamon, star anise, a little bit of 5 spice, stew that down, and then we'll just puree the whole lot up, pass it out, and then we have a homemade brown sauce.
Beautiful. I look forward to trying that one. And the actual sausage roll itself, we're just going to put them in the oven, aren't we?
That's it.
Quite nice and simple, this one.
180 degrees, fan assisted, into the oven, 8 to 10 minutes, heat them through, and that's it. Everything ready to go. Pop your sausage roll straight onto the tray.
Good little size as well. We don't want to have too much too soon, do we?
No, we certainly don't, because we've got a couple of treats coming as well.
Oh, good.
So we just pop them into the oven. And what we're going to do for this while that's cooking in there, we're just going to take this sauce, pop it into the middle, we'll make a little well and pop our sausage rolls on top. Take your sauce, straight
Yeah,
into
good
the
texture
middle.
to it, that one as well, you know? It's really
It's
looks
like velvet,
beautiful.
little circle.
See, if you'd asked me to do that, Andy, you'd probably end up with a triangle.
We've all got to start somewhere.
So we've got our sausage rolls out the oven, Andy.
Nice and warm, 8 to 10 minutes at 180. So we're just going to pop them straight on the plate and that's it. So one each, just like that.
Beautiful.
And that's us. We have our 5-bean and chestnut mushroom sausage roll served with homemade brown sauce.
If anybody's had a Greenhaus box before, they would have had one dessert. But this time with Spring Volume 2, we're mixing it all up, isn't that right?
Yeah, we're going straight in with 2.
Yes, love it. And what's the first of the desserts?
So we've took all the preserved fruits from the end of last year and we have made a apple and gooseberry crumble, and we put a little bit of cinnamon in here, and then we made a little fruit and nut crumble for the top.
Yeah.
And then we're going to serve with a coconut Anglaise.
And what is an Anglaise for those that don't know?
It's a posh custard. That's what it is.
Very
It's not as thick, it's not as milky, it's got a little bit more viscosity to it.
Brilliant. And we can have this hot, I presume, or cold? But whatever
Crumble
we want.
hot,
Yep.
Anglaise hot or cold.
Okay.
If you're warming this up, just warm it up very gently in a pan and then just pour it in a little side dish and pour it on top. I like the balance of hot to cold, because I know if I have this and it's too hot and I pour some of this on it, it's just perfect to go in my mouth.
Ta-da.
Decant this
Yep.
straight into an oven-proof dish. So we have this little oyster-shaped bowl here, and we're just going to pop all our crumble mix in.
And of course, it's April time, so it's not fully summer yet. So crumble is still in season, right?
I think so, because I think it gives you that sense of warmth and a big hug when the
Yeah.
weather's still a little bit cold.
I agree completely.
Mix in the bottom, crumble on the top, fruit and nut, and then just straight into the oven. You'll know it's ready when it starts to ooze around the side. Make sure your oven's not too hot, so you're probably talking about 160, 170. Any hotter than that, and you're going to burn the crumble on the top. If that's fan assisted, it's 160, 170.
Right, stay in the oven and it goes.
So while that's in there, we're just going to decant this straight into our little side dish. And as you can see, nice custard consistency. Very difficult to usually get it, but we've got it absolutely bang on. So there we have it.
It's dish number 7, but dessert number 1 of this one. Andy, remind us what it is again?
Apple and gooseberry crumble with a little hint of cinnamon. And then on top we've got a fruit and nut crumble. And on the sides, we've got a little coconut Anglaise.
So we're on our final dish of the Spring Volume 2 season, and it's another dessert. Where are we going to this time?
To the heart of England, and we have gone
Very
Women's Institute lemon drizzle cake.
Yeah!
Probably my favourite cake of all time. We have made it with a blueberry compote. It's going to be a massive punch in the face, full of flavour. Lemon, 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 lemon.
Brilliant.
So all we have to do is decant this straight onto the plate.
Yep.
We put a lot of effort in when it comes to the vegan cakes, because we've got to make sure they are on par, or if not better, with the best cakes you can get your hands on.
Okay, so what we got going on top of here?
A blueberry compote, just straight to the sides, a little drizzle over the top,
Indulgent, I love it.
and that's it.
There we have it, the final dish of our Spring Volume 2 on the Greenhaus box edition.
This is our lemon drizzle cake with a blueberry compote.
So there we have it. Hope you've enjoyed your time with Andy and I in the kitchen. You have 8 delicious dishes to tuck into. Until next time, thank you very much for joining us. Bye from me and a bye from Andy.
Goodbye.